everyone, my name is Anna. I'm a fiction writer who sometimes makes videos, and I want to do two things today. Number one, I want to wrap up NaNoWriMo, my whole experience this year, and number two, I'm going to print out my manuscript. As far as wrapping up our crazy month of writing, I kind of figured it'd be fun to do it tag style. I turned everything into a list of 7 questions. I don't think anyone has started one of these before. Apologies if I missed one. I kind of tried to troll the internet as we go through the day of submitting my manuscript to Staples and waiting for it to get ready and then gonna go pick it up. We'll answer some questions along the way about NaNoWriMo and how it went. I've got everything written down, so apologies if I'm looking down. We'll do the first question. Number 1, first and foremost, how many words did you write in the month of November? So I did win. I wrote roughly 50,034 words. Specifically, I brought the first novel to 77,055 and brought the sequel up to 19,502. That's a lot, and saying those numbers out loud, I'm kind of like, I did what? So before we get any further, I want to go ahead and upload everything to Staples. Next question is, what was the most challenging part of the month? For me, this was definitely the election. The election hit right at the beginning of the month, and it was a real emotional roller coaster. I think having to write through those days and waiting for the election to conclude was really difficult. Alright everyone, the notification has arrived. Everything is ready. I can't wait to show you. I really tricked it out and kind of spoiled myself with color covers and bindings and all that. So yeah, I'm a nerd. It's fine. It's raining, so it's kind of gloomy, but it'll be a nice day to just curl up and read my book. So before we go, I'll answer the next question, and that is, what is a good memory that you made this month? And for me, that is pretty much everything related to being an ML. It was so awesome to see the community come together this year. It was a challenging year, and we didn't know what Nano was going to feel like. We didn't know exactly what it was going to look like for a little while, but we came up with a game this year that I think is my favorite memory, to just kind of put everyone who wanted to play on teams. Writing your words wasn't just for you, it was for your team too, and there was some good team color rivalry going on, and everyone was so excited to update their word counts at the end of each day and see how the teams were doing. And it just really generated a ton of spirit, and people got to know each other, and it was really great. I'm really proud of that. It wasn't my idea, but it's ready, and let's go. Okay. Oh my god, so this is both the first book and the 19,000 words that I have of the second book, so it's huge. Oh my word, it is so big. Wow, this has been officially a whole year worth of work in my hands. First draft last year for Nano, and then redid it over the course of the year during quarantine, and worked on it in earnest again in March to start over from the beginning. And then I did Camp Nano in July and got halfway through, and then finished it up in November. So this is a whole year. This is my 2020 right here. And I've said over and over again how much I just wanted to get something good out of this crap year. And I feel like this is it. I mean, I know it's shit, don't get me wrong. I know this is shit. This is so far from readable. I can't pretend that it's good, but on a different level it is. On a different level it is good, because this was a huge step for me that I have never done before. I'm just gonna hold this for like a few days. I'm so sick of it because I've been working on it for 30 days straight. Today's November 30th. But also, like, I haven't thought about the beginning in such a long time that it would feel very different to go back and read it now because it's been so long. Okay, now that we have it in our hands, we can move on to the next question, which is, can you share a worst line and or favorite line from your work in progress? And now that I have this printed, I can actually read it from my manuscript. Okay, here's my worst line. And it was when I was in the middle of the muddy middle and I got to this part that I had been looking forward to writing for so long, and then I got there and I all of a sudden didn't give a crap. I was so bored of it and I just wanted to skip it. So in the middle of writing on page 226, I wrote, "What else could happen in the desert? Why did I want to write about it so bad? I can't remember. They're dynamic. What is it right now? I don't know." My best line, I mean, it's not amazing, but I feel like when I'm zero drafting, my big struggle is description, and I always skip it or it's just not very thoughtful. So this was the one line of description I could remember in the whole book that I liked. It's simple, but I still liked it. Ciro's horse reared and then took off to the south. We followed, and as we fleed the tower, I took one last look up at its blazing walls, burning as brightly as a star pinned to the night-covered earth. All right.
The next question in the tag is, what was your wordiest day? And my best day was actually day 1. I wrote 3,676 words, and that was really good. I'm proud of that.
Alright everybody, it is much later in the day now, but we still have 2 questions to go over. So the 6th question is, what is next for this project? And for me, it is to read it and then teach myself a new skill, and that is how to revise a novel. I'm really going to spend a lot of December figuring that out. I want to research how other authors approach revision. I want to research craft books about revision, try and formulate the most systematic approach. When I actually go in and start editing this, it's in the most efficient way possible. Because yeah, I could just go in and start working on it and just, you know, throwing spaghetti at the wall, and I'm sure it would get better, but I really want to teach myself the best, most efficient way to approach a project of this size. And last but not least, for question number 7, I would like to hear any tips, tricks, or advice you have that you learned this year. I think what made all the difference for me this year was using Dabble. I think what made it really excellent for me was I got out of that feedback loop that I would get stuck in, where I would go in and update my word count like every chunk. Like every paragraph I wrote, I would go in and plug it into Nano. And so like every 400 words or like 500 words, I would be updating my word count. And it would just feel really incremental, and it was easy to get really down. You feel like you're crawling. And because Dabble is connected to your Nano account and it just automatically updates it as you're writing, so like in the site it looks like I update every 10 words because that's what Dabble does. And so for the first like quarter of Nano, I barely looked at the site because I didn't need to. I was just writing. And Dabble told me when I got my words in, and that was it. And so I didn't get stuck in this cycle of constantly judging how fast or how slowly I was writing. Big thumbs up for Dabble. So that's gonna wrap up this quick video all about my NaNoWriMo 2020, all about printing this out. I have a lot of different videos planned, including approaching the first revisions of this. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you had a great Nano. I'd love to hear all about it. If you do the tag, please tag me so I can go watch it. Bye!